Hi guys and welcome, my name is Jude and I want to tell you a little bit about my Uber drive yesterday. Now this is the second time that this happens to me, but I got into a bit of a discussion with my driver about the badly needed Mexican border wall to prevent Mexicans from going into the United States. These bad hombres. Because I cannot stress this enough, it's the second time that my Uber driver in the US tells me that they should build the wall, without considering that I am a Mexican passenger. But this time it was slightly different because as I was leaving my Uber, he called out Feliz Cinco de Mayo. And when a US citizen that does not want Mexicans in his country whatsoever tells me to have a happy Cinco de Mayo, all I can think is, bitch, no. And then I went to my local Walmart yesterday and it was full of Mexican decor style, and you know, the cashier was telling me all about Happy Cinco de Mayo. And I thought to myself, should these people really be celebrating Cinco de Mayo? Should they really? And so I felt the need to get on camera and explain to you people, particularly people from the US, what Cinco de Mayo actually is, what it isn't, and if you know, this is food for thought so that you can consider if you should or shouldn't be celebrating this Mexican holiday. So the first thing you should know, it's actually what you're celebrating. I've encountered through the years so many people that celebrate Cinco de Mayo without knowing what the hell is it. And I'm like, bitch, what? Some of you think it is our Independence Day, which it totally isn't, and others just think it's a day to celebrate Mexicans, which it isn't either. Well, we celebrate the 5th of May, it's actually La Batalla de Puebla. What happened was that the French armies were coming to basically, beat Mexico up because Mexico owed them money that they did not want to pay. And Mexico did not only owe money to France, it owed money to a bunch of other countries, but France was like, you know, I'm sick of this shit, I'm going for my money. And Mexico was very conscious that it was going to get its ass beaten, but then something magical happened and the French army was beaten, which was very unlikely, but we won. We won. And that's basically it. That's La Batalla de Puebla. Now, honestly, I do not know how is it that it became such a huge deal in the US, the 5th of May. Because in Mexico, we really don't give a shit about that day. We don't celebrate that. No one does. Not a single Mexican that I know, like, that lives here in Mexico, celebrates it. If a holiday is not important enough to make us miss a day of school and work, then trust me, it's not worth celebrating at all. But you just gotta cross the border to find all of these white people celebrating a holiday that they know nothing about. So one way to celebrate is by getting educated and knowing what you're celebrating. That's step 1. Step 2, it's to not fall into harmful stereotypes. We do not move around in burros. We don't do that. We also don't wear huge sombreros all the time, and we all don't have mustaches. Nor do we drink tequila as if it were Coke, or wear ponchos as a norm. Wardrobe being a particularly sensitive thing because when Mexicans wear their traditional clothes, they are viewed as lesser human beings, apparently. Like Angelica Aragon. She wore a beautiful traditional Mexican dress and she was denied entry into a formal event because they thought she wasn't well dressed. That happened. So try to avoid such stereotypes or stupid games like let's see who knows more curse words in Spanish. And also maybe don't go to Taco Bell. Now don't get me wrong, I love Taco Bell, like those burritos are damn good. But when I see on Instagram people taking photos of their chalupas and hashtagging it Cinco de Mayo, no. No. Believe me when I tell you that eating Taco Bell does not make you like 2% more Mexican than you were before. It doesn't. How about you actually go out of your way to find a local Mexican restaurant that can actually offer authentic Mexican food for a change? Huh? Support actual Mexican culture. That could be kind of cool. And here's a crazy thought. How about you actually celebrate Cinco de Mayo by supporting the nation to which that holiday belongs to? How about you become vocal on important issues like immigration, like the stupid wall that they want to build? How about you go out and march? How about you donate to a worthy cause, which I will link down below by the way? How about you actually get involved with things that matter to the Mexican community? Not just celebrate one day of the year that you think is worthy and then forget about us and actually want to kick us out of your country. Because if you actually want to build a wall and you think that we do not belong in your country along with other minorities, you should really reevaluate the reasons why you're celebrating Cinco de Mayo. Just a thought. And that's all I have to say for today. I will see you guys in the next video, and happy Cinco de Mayo. Bye.